Warning, this podcast contains Lady Gaga. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for American Horror Story Hotel. Season something, we don't care, episode 1. I'm your host, Del. With me, my co-host, Mike.
Hi.
Hi. Nikki.
What's up?
And Rachel.
Hola.
How's it going?
It's
Fine and dandy. There's
I
no
just had
dandy, but
coffee.
it's dandy.
I just had coffee, so I should be good.
Thank God there's no Dandy.
I actually kind of miss him.
Wow.
I think he would do well in the hotel.
He would.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he's coming. We don't know.
Old man dandy.
Old man.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Sounds weird.
Just a little bit.
So did the hotel meet your expectations?
I almost stopped watching it after before the first commercial break.
Because of
Oh,
Thanks.
it's like everything in my every worst fear I have about going to a hotel.
that's the whole point of this show.
I know. That's what I was just like, okay, I know, just go through it, Rachel. Just
I mean, you had clowns last season,
that
and
didn't bug me as
you
much.
have
I
a
think that
creepy
was-
old hotel this season. What aren't you scared of?
Not last. I don't know. The clown wasn't that bad last season. He's creepy, but I don't
Christy
know.
was amazing.
This was
So is it safe to assume that this hotel is in Florida?
no, it's in LA.
It's in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Ten-
there is a Universal Studios in LA as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. I only knew about the one in Florida. So
No, and it said LA Cab Company on the cab.
Okay. I
that it
didn't
did.
know
That it
that.
did.
there was Universal Studios in LA either. So.
Yeah. I was
Yep.
actually
I went there last year when we went to BlizzCon.
Oh, really?
And they were playing Hotel California, and I mean,
did.
it would be in bad
God,
taste
yes.
if this hotel wasn't in California.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, they're playing
That's
Hotel
my first
California.
thought when I was like, this is a fucking Hotel California.
Yeah. So, yeah, we had the what were they, Swedish?
They were.
Yes.
They were
Fetish, yeah.
Swedish.
Yeah,
I thought they
we
were
had this-
German at first, but I'm terrible at that.
I mean,
I
their
thought they were
accent
like
seemed a little
Danish at
French.
first.
Little French to me at the beginning, and then I was like, no, that ain't French. I know French, that ain't French.
Yeah. So okay, so Swedish Girls, which that didn't go over very well.
No, but come on now. If you have a smell, you're not gonna. I'm not ripping open the mattress. I'm sorry.
Right. If I uncover, take the blanket off, and there's a stitched up mattress, I'm not opening
I'm leaving it.
if there's a smell coming out of it.
I would have cut that fucker open.
Yes,
so you would.
You know what? I would have been curious. What if there's money?
Money doesn't
don't
make
smell
a
that
smell.
bad.
Right. If there was the smell, I wouldn't have cut it open. Without a smell, I would have cut it open.
Nope, and nope.
I still would have cut it open.
All right then.
See, I think I saw the reason behind cutting it open. Like, if we cut this shit open, maybe we'll get our money back, they'll get a bad review, and, the police will come and they'll save our butts, and we'll get a better hotel.
No,
That's what they
they
wanted.
put it into an Iron Maiden, basically.
It wasn't Iron Maiden. There's no spikes or anything. They were tied
I
up.
said
But
basically.
they were basically in dancer cages because of all the lights and stuff.
Well, it was a
The shape
It was a medieval type cage thing.
Yeah. that they spruced up with some.
Yes,
neon
they
lights.
spruced. They made it
Spruced.
pretty.
Well, I mean, we don't know what happened to the other girl. We know one got aced. The other one, we don't know what happened to her yet.
She's gonna get cleansed.
One was let go, and I'm like, why was she let go? And it kind of all makes sense at the end. So, going because this episode went out of sequence. We did a little flashbacking and different things here, and we ended up learning that the what do you call that? The receptionist.
The
I guess?
receptionist, front
Okay.
desk lady.
Yeah,
The
front desk.
concierge.
There we go. The
Ah,
concierge,
there she-
um, whose name is Iris, who's played by Kathy Bates. We end up finding out that she is the mother of the guy that's dating Lady Gaga,
Donovan.
Yep. Donovan.
Donovan. Yeah.
Oh,
So, and then we start finding out that she's like she needs to have her son around all the time. Like, it's like the reverse mama's boy.
Well,
And
there's got to be a reason why.
right.
Or
So I started thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, so things made sense now if you think about the episode backwards when Iris is the one that has these two girls there. It's like, all right, she knows that her son is a vampire, and
vampire-ish, yeah.
he's going to feed off of them. So the concoction that she was making was to make a more healthy diet for her son that she was force feeding down their throats.
To clear out all the pills and
Drugs.
stuff.
Right.
Drugs out of the
So
system.
one was clearly on too much shit, and she didn't want her son to eat her. She didn't want that stuff in her son's system, so she let him go.
No, actually, Sally let her go.
Yeah, Sally was the one that released the one girl, and
Right.
it was just for her own entertainment.
Was See, I don't
Yeah.
think so. I think they
Yeah,
were in on it together.
Oh, no.
That's what she said. She's like, you're gonna entertain me now, because she did the whole like, oh, this room was for a puppeteer. He used to do
Uh-huh.
marionettes and stuff. And
Yeah,
then she's
no,
like,
she did.
now
for her.
you're
She
going
knew-
to entertain me. And she's like,
run. She knew what was going to happen.
Mhm.
And Iris was like, oh shit, she's lost. She's loose. I mean, she's loose, and then. I'm sorry, it will never happen again, ma'am.
See, I feel like the two of them were in on it because
Oh, no.
yeah, just let her loose or whatever, and she runs, and that entertains her for a split second, and then she's dead. Like I don't see much enjoyment out of that.
it was because Sally and Iris don't see eye to eye at all, because
They don't
Sally
like
was
each
the
other.
one that lured Donovan into the hotel in the first place to shoot up. And
then Iris killed.
And then Iris pushed her out a window, Sally, and so you're gonna see them come to head a lot. So
You really
Sally-
think that killing her she's gonna hold a grudge over that?
probably.
Yeah, come on. So I mean,
Just a
Sally wants to
little.
get Iris in trouble, so that's why she did it. That's her entertainment.
All right, I guess.
You do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I definitely would.
I have to admit, though, the decor, the very Art Deco, totally love. Of course, I love Art Deco.
And
I just
I can't
love it.
I can't stress enough that I love that this was taking place in present day.
Yes.
That this wasn't 5 years in the past, or this wasn't 30 years ago. Because if it was like, because American Horror Story has done a lot of those period pieces where it takes place in certain time, but because this one was set in modern day, it just gives you that hotel phobia even more because it's happening now.
And what I really liked about it is that it's basically on the same timeline as the first season Murder House. They're kind of working off each other there, and we
Mhm.
find out why like near the end of the episode.
Yeah,
How
because
that works. Yeah.
because the retail or
Real estate agent.
real estate agent retailer, the real estate agent comes and that sold the house in the first season is now selling the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sold the hotel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
it's more of these connections now that everything is all tied together, and everybody was fighting it at first. In the first like 2 seasons, they're like, no, they're separate
No.
stories. They're not
Yeah.
connected at all. And now it was really Freak Show that started tying things together
Yeah.
on purpose. Like,
Yes.
they're like, here we go. Not to say the other stuff was accidental, but like in your face, now you know about it kind of stuff. That's what Freak Show did for this. And the other things just kind of came into light after that fact.
Did anyone else pause like the opening part?
For what? To see
Like
all
when-
the thou shalt
Yeah.
not and all.
Yeah, and I was like,
I
what
did,
what are they doing? It's the Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, 'cause it kept flashing. I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta go back. Just like,
No, I caught it. I knew exactly what they were doing the first one I read. I was like, okay, I don't need to see the rest of them now.
So my thought is like, if they're doing the Ten Commandments, and if you look at how some of these were done, some of the killings, very the seven deadly sins too. So very kind of a religious.
And, I mean, not really. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, like, the whole scene with the Swedish girls, and that'd be kind of like with Iris. It's kind of a gluttonous thing. maybe.
Pride.
They always kind of end up coming to play in later on. You start seeing the
Yeah.
title card is something important, and everything kind of has its meaning and place. So, like we saw that especially a lot last season, and all the way through, Murder House was hiding stuff, and all the opening scene stuff that ended up making sense after the fact, and same with Coven, and every single season did it. So,
Yeah.
Well, the murder at that one guy's house, the guy's eyes and tongue ripped out, and all that other kind of happy shit.
I think that's just some crazy SOB trying to
That-
get a prize
that's
out
what-
of the detective.
Well, that's one of the 10 Commandments. Thou not shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
yeah.
Basically, don't cheat. And she was kind of crucified.
She was nailed to the headboard, rammed through the chest with a big spear, and he
That's
was
it. He had no
He was super
tongue
glued.
and no eyes.
no tongue, no eyes, given massive doses of Viagra and super glued.
Yep.
Yeah. So what did you guys think about Sarah Paulson's character, Sally?
Hypodermic Sally. I mean, at first I just thought she was just some junkie that they just happened to reel into this whole charade, and then we find out that she's an undead
We don't know.
thing.
She could check out, but she can never leave.
We assume she's a vampire.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
assume.
that's the safe assumption right now, but she could be something else.
She seems to, if she is a member, she seems like she feeds more on the emotional. Like when she was talking to that guy, tell me you love me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not I was feeding her.
Yeah, no, that's exactly, because the second time when he went to say it, or was it
Mhm.
as he said it or after he said it?
It was
he
right
died.
after he
Yeah.
died. Yeah.
So it seems like that she's sucking the life force through emotion, where Lady Gaga's character and her boyfriend
Donovan.
Donovan.
Well,
It's gonna take me a while to get used to these names, and by the time I get used to them, they're gonna all be dead, so it doesn't really matter.
but yeah, because they walked into the drive-in movie theater, sat down on their blanket, and instantly, seduced just by looking. They glamored, basically,
Yeah.
the other couple, and that's kind of what Sally did. She kind of glamored the guy, like, tell me you love me. Say, I love you, Sally. I love you, Sally. And then the second time, you just saw him like, I really mean it this time. I love you, Sally.
Yeah.
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 And we know he's not dead, so
Mm-hmm.
he's
Can we-
just-
Can't check. How about?
Can we talk about
Everyone's
what
fine.
happened to this poor man? First off.
Oh my God! Oh, that was just the horrible image.
There's a guy in a skin suit called Flesh Face.
That's just like the viewer term that people are calling him is flesh
Right.
face because
We don't
There's no
know.
other-
We don't
He's
know
not
his
named.
name or what he is.
Yeah.
But he had. Dom, I have to take one of our raid terms. He had a metal dildo ready to go.
Yeah.
that's real bad.
The more you
Oh.
scream,
Ow.
the more he enjoys it.
My ass still hurts.
It was basically the device that was used in Seven,
kind of
the movie
was.
Seven.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they have the same
But
prop
that has
master.
something to do with the 7 deadly sins too.
Exactly.
Ow, 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 ow,
I
ow,
haven't
ow.
seen it yet.
Oh, you need to see that if you're going to continue
know.
watching this show, because I guarantee you more references are coming. So, So, which character is Brad Pitt and which one is Morgan Freeman? That's what we need to know. But no spoilers for Seven, at least until Nikki finishes, and then guys later on expect spoilers from Seven. So, the detective, right? Detective John Lowe.
Mhm.
Not Rob Lowe.
Not Rob.
John Lowe.
John
John
Lowe.
Lowe.
Yes.
John Lowe.
What's his deal?
He seems really observant. Like he catches things real quick. Didn't we have a character that did that in a previous episode or previous season? Was it in Coven? Where they were just really in tune with what was going on around them?
He just seemed to me the opposite of a neglected wife.
The opposite of a neglected wife.
He was a neglected husband, which is it's you know.
It's his job. It's his job. His job is, I mean, you saw what his the first case that they show us. You saw what his job entails.
Yeah,
What
and
he
then
gets to see.
plus his wife being a doctor.
It's
Yeah.
unusual that he's got the traits like the very observant and stuff like that because you would expect that out of the vampires because in typical vampire mythology is if you drop something like bag of beans or whatever or rice, I think it's specifically rice, they have to sit there and count each individual grain.
Vampires
Really?
even
Psalms
that came up
Church?
with.
That
don't know
that
what my
myth
camera
goes
did.
around with a bunch of different mythological creatures.
Mhm.
Vampires being one of them, leprechauns, fairies, things like that.
Right. So it's interesting that he, as what we're gonna assume is human, I think it's safe to assume he's a normal human, has these kind of traits. But also on the same hand, he did kind of lose his son.
Yeah, he did.
So it's because he wasn't paying attention.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he probably got really obsessive about making sure he pays attention to every single detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I go for that.
Where do you think his son disappeared to at that point? Like, where did he go? He was on the merry-go-round and then he wasn't.
He was kidnapped.
He
I thought
was
it sounded
young.
just
He was young, and if anybody was walking in their general vicinity, a person that wanted to take that kid knows that kid wanted cotton candy.
cotton candy.
So if you go like this to the kid and be like, "Hey, I got cotton candy. Want to come with me?" He's a little guy.
But
He's just a little guy.
He's on a merry-go-round. He's not big enough to slide down that horse on his own.
Nope, it's going to take him off really
But I
easy.
mean, you saw there was adults on there, holding their kids, standing beside them. The person could have just got up on the carousel, stood beside him, and was like, "Hey, I got cotton candy. Let's go. Hey, I got some fun things over here for you." And unclipped them, carried them down, got off. It only takes a few seconds for things like that.
Uh, I don't know. It was really quickly. He looked down at his phone, he turned around, looked back, and he was gone. I was like,
That's
there's
what
no
it
way.
Oh, that's all it takes.
That's all it fucking takes, and it's so sad that that's all it takes.
Yeah,
No,
it's scary.
I guarantee
was-
you there's some supernatural reason
Yeah,
to
well,
why he
yeah.
left. There's
Plus, there
there's
is
no way that
supernatural
was-
reason it
Yeah.
happened quicker. So
Right, but we end up seeing the kid at the hotel later.
you do.
Yep.
As
Holden.
a baby vampire, it looks like.
A baby.
I think
Those kids
Donovan.
are fucking creepy.
You know what? I mean, the Countess and Donovan, I think the Countess is just looking for a family. And that's
Could
what
be.
all those kids are to her. And the only thing that makes them creepy is because they're young vampires. They are innocent forever. And they like to play games. And that's never
Tetris.
going to change.
That was an awesome game room, by the way.
I know,
God,
and
that
all the
game-
candy. Oh my gosh.
I don't care so much about the candy, but that game room was awesome. Like
Yeah.
we had Donkey Kong going on one screen, Tetris on a couple screens, and
There
I
was
just really like Tetris.
Asteroids on one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Really
I don't know. It
like
was really
Tetris.
cool. I was waiting for like Dr. Mario or something.
hmm
Is just the shape of the TV looked like the pill bottle in Dr. Mario? So, but
Seems to be room 64 is the go-to room.
yeah, and I don't know. It's weird because it's like a retro gaming room too. It's not like they were all
Yeah.
sitting in a room playing Call of Duty. Yeah.
But they had modern controllers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
I mean,
It's,
Xbox does have that, modern or retro gaming arcade deal going on, but those look like PS controllers.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Tetris was for Nintendo.
So
I
was
don't
Donkey
think that
Kong.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't.
Only gamers would notice this stuff, right?
I mean, nowadays you can get these. I'm sure you could probably find retro games on the PlayStation Store
Yeah.
and play it with
but
a PS controller. But
I don't think Donkey Kong. I think Donkey Kong's exclusive to Nintendo still.
yeah. I mean, Hollywood has always, been pretty bad with their fact checking. I forget what
Well, it's-
movie it was, but there's a
it's
bunch of
not that
kids playing Final Fantasy X with an Xbox controller.
It's not like they they don't. It's probably that they can't. They can't say, "Oh, this is a Nintendo," and they're playing Nintendo
Well,
game.
Also, at the same time, there's consoles out now called I believe it's the Retron 5, where you can play emulated games
Yeah.
on that, and it has a more modern controller that kind of looks like what they have. So it could have definitely been something like that.
The Tetris they were
But-
playing looked like the Tetris from the Game Boy.
Yeah. But
Yeah, look like
anyway,
thumbnail.
Holden's father ends up getting lured to the hotel.
Yep. By the ominous killer going around doing all these crazy ass killings.
Yeah, so it's by Ghostface from Scream.
Pretty
His
much.
voice isn't like
It's not the
it's
same
not
quality.
modulated or anything
No,
like
no.
that.
It's
Well, it
not,
might
you
be
know,
modulated, but
what's-
it's not a sarcastic son of a bitch.
No.
No, he's just like, bitch, why didn't you answer my phone call?
Yeah.
Come on now. I
It's like-
want your
it's like a
attention. Pay
spurned
attention to
lover or
me.
something.
Pay attention to
Why
me.
don't you love me?
Who do you think that voice is?
I think it's Evan Peters' character, which we didn't get to see this episode, but I think we do next episode.
I think
Cool.
I saw him in a brief flash in the preview for next episode wearing like a bowler and a nice suit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
That's and if when the detective was in that house looking for his wife, we did see his guy with a suit and a hat and a cane just standing there in the darkness before he disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he ended up going to the hotel. He's exploring around looking for someone that's murdered or whatever. And he gets to the room. The room's been all cleaned up. The body's still under the bed. But he ends up falling asleep. He wakes up and sees his son.
Yeah.
So
when
his
you
son
look
runs
up
off.
at 2:25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a recurring thing I noticed too.
Yeah.
Was the 2:25 the alarm goes off. But
First Swedish girl finds her friend on the ground being fed on by the kids at 2:25.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happened. Well, not the same thing, but John Lowe woke up at 2:25 and saw Holden. So
Right. And
But
the kids do have like supernatural speed. We've seen them run and disappear and stuff like that. And that's, the vampire thing going on, because we saw that at the beginning with the Swedish girl. And we see it again now with Detective Lowe's son, Holden, just like ran out of the room really quickly.
yeah. Also, it was like when he sat down, it was like he got dizzy. Like it was like, what the hell's in the air?
I just think that
it's
bed
hard.
is.
I think that room is something. There's something about
Well,
that.
yeah, there's definitely something, because it's the same room. It's room 64 every time.
You don't go. Whatever's in room 33, people have to feed. So
Right. And that reminds me a lot of the like the hotel in that movie 1408.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing that I was able to pick up amazingly, like instantly with 1408 is one for, what it adds up to 13. 1408, all the numbers added is 13. 64, I don't see the significance of it.
We will eventually. I
We
mean,
eventually.
there's going to be a significance.
Right. I'm just saying I don't see it right now. It's not as
No.
obvious as 1408,
Just
which
the
is
first
room-
episode, Dom.
I know, but floor 14 is actually floor 13.
Mhm.
And then, all the numbers add up to 13. So it's room 13 on floor 13. Because they skip, just the number. It's not like there's a whole blank floor that nobody occupies.
no.
Right.
Hotels are just weird like that. So I'm curious if we're going to find out that room 64 is actually on, the 13th floor or something. We don't really know. We're going to assume it's on floor 6 right now.
Especially
Yeah.
because they got into the elevator and Iris
And
pushed
press
the
six.
6 button.
Okay. I didn't see that. But yeah.
I love Iris's like little one-liner she's been doing. She does like
Yeah,
the
she's
whole.
really-
You explain to her why they taste like shit.
Yeah, she's really quirky, and she's a mom. She is definitely a mom that just had her rough days, and she's sick of shit. She's not going to have any more of it. So
Right.
I'm trying to figure out if she's dead or if she's not dead, she's alive, and the only way she can see her son because he's dead is to stay there.
yeah, she's attached to him. She wants to be attached to him by the hip.
Right.
Mhm. Well, he
Um,
told her to let go.
Yeah, but you see the flashback. She does look younger, and she's been there for 20 years. She does look older now as the front desk person, the hostess, however you want to put it, the concierge. She
But
does look older.
But since she's not dead, can she leave?
Yeah,
We,
you saw her in
Saw
the
her
car
leave.
outside watching Sally, right?
yeah.
But that was the flashback.
Oh yeah, that was a flashback. Well, I mean,
that was
she,
that was the flashback. That was flashback. She was following Sally
Right,
into
but
the
pretty
hotel.
sure she can leave.
I
know.
think almost all the characters can leave, because we saw Sally and not Sally. What is Lady Gaga's character's name?
The Countess.
Oh no, they
The
can.
Countess. We saw her leave and Donovan leave, and I'm assuming the children and everything could leave too.
I don't know. I think that
I don't think
they
this is
just
working
like
like Murder
Hotel.
House.
I
Well,
think that's
even
like
in
Hotel
Murder House, I
California.
mean, Evan's character could leave the house, even being a spirit.
I don't know. Maybe
Remember
Donovan
they
could
got
leave
attacked by the
because
group of kids?
Yeah, it was on Halloween though. That was like a specific thing
That's
they were able to
true.
leave on a certain day.
I don't know. I was just thinking maybe Donovan's the only one that can leave with Lady Gaga because
With Lady Gaga.
he's with her, the Countess,
I love that that's her
or
name. It's
part of
it's
her.
just Lady Gaga. We're not calling
Yeah.
her
I was
the
I
Countess.
was
It's Lady
I
Gaga.
was waiting for her real name and then in parentheses Lady Gaga. I was waiting for that, but they didn't
Right.
do it.
No,
I just love
So
that whole scene when they introduced the two of them. Them
yeah.
getting
Yeah.
ready, them going out, and I looked over at Omi and I said, "Oh my God, Matt Bomer right now, holy shit!" Like
He
he's
called
like
him a beautiful
I
man.
said, he is so
put
beautiful in
guyliner
this.
on.
Uh, so I don't know if this is just kind of like a pet peeve kind of gripe with me, but during that whole like sex scene thing with Lady Gaga, like I understand it's Lady Gaga and she's not going to show her ass and everything to us, but the consistency of that, it's not like I'm looking to see Lady Gaga's ass either. Not, I wouldn't be against it, but that my point is I'm not looking for it. And but the with her wearing the
Thong?
thong or whatever she was wearing, it's just so inconsistent with all the other characters on there. It's just like
It
it
annoyed me too.
irritates me because it's like she's getting special treatment because she's
Well,
Lady Gaga, and that
No,
stuff
it's not even.
irritates me.
Her character is basically the one that's running the hotel. She gives herself the special treatment
No,
because
I'm
she is
talking
who
about
she
as an
is, the
actress.
countess.
I'm talking about as an actress, she's getting special
I know
treatment because
it
she's the
bugged me
only one
too.
wearing bottoms.
Yeah,
Uh,
it bugged me too. I was like,
yeah,
why is she
I
wearing
didn't see
thongs?
Kathy Bates running around without pants.
she wasn't in the sex scene.
Scene.
You said anybody without just
I
okay.
clearly said the sex scene when I started the conversation.
Yeah, no,
So
it bugged me too. So you weren't the
Yeah,
only
I
one.
mean, my only it kind of bugs me, but not for the reason it's bugging Dom. I mean, the sex scene happened. I'm like, how are you gonna fuck with your underwear still on? Come on.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it's
You
just
take them off after a bit.
it's just
Well, it kind of gave us the
inconsistent.
timeline too of when they came in, like it was 1994 when Donovan and
Yeah,
Sally, and so we know they've been there for a while, and they've been there 20 years. So yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like when they do that because then you're like, okay, now I know what time we're in.
would
Well,
would
I
you
mean,
guys would you guys
okay, go
think
ahead.
of the other character that used to be the concierge?
Liz Taylor.
Liz Taylor,
Yes.
AKA
I love him.
Cleopatra.
Hmm.
I
I
love
I
him.
loved when he was walking in the hallway and
Uh,
his robe is just all like,
the cape.
and he's just like flicking his hand up, and I'm like, oh god, he's amazing. I love him so much.
I know, right?
There's
Okay.
only one other person um, that I could see playing the role of this character that I would love probably more than Dennis O'Hare.
Who's that?
And that is, why am I blanking on his name? But he played in Cheers.
A lot of guys played
Woody
Cheers.
Woody Harrelson.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh
No.
yeah. Well, that's
Woody
because
Harrelson, I think, would have been the best character for this role.
Woody
I
Harrelson
can
has
see him doing
played.
it, but I love this guy.
He's played a cross-dresser in a few shows before, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just a real big fan of Dennis O'Hare across
Oh
the
yeah.
board. So
Oh yeah. No, I'm not trying to take anything away from Dennis O'Hare. He's amazing.
I didn't even
But
like. Come on, I went through
when
8
I saw
episodes of
this
Coven.
role, I was like, "This is Woody Harrelson's role." Like that just instantly popped in my head. So
You know what? Honestly, it took me half an episode to realize that was him. It took me 8 episodes of Coven to realize that he was in that show as the butler.
yep.
yeah, they're great with makeup and costumes on
And
this
he
show.
he just gets right into the role so well.
So great.
Yeah.
Like you could sense the sass coming off of him.
And finally, I think the only other character was the fashion designer.
And his son, who I want to talk about once you're done with the fashion designer.
Okay.
Mhm.
So William Drake.
Yeah, he's a fashion mogul from New York.
Countess seems to know who he is.
Well, yeah. Well, I
Well,
mean,
the
she.
Countess seems to have mind reading abilities.
It's not even that. I just think she knows everything that's going on because she's the one that runs the joint. She
Yes,
probably
but
planned him to buy this because she has some sort of, um, you
She
know,
seemed as surprised as everyone else.
yes, because Iris said that
plan it.
she's never met the owner, so we don't know who the owner of the hotel is.
Right.
It's possible that it is Lady Gaga, and
Yeah,
Iris just doesn't know that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It could be Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Yes. So okay, so the son, Mike.
When he met Holden, right at the end, and this he's like, Holden, where are your manners? Say hi, hi. And then the way the kid looked back at Holden, the face, the look. I'm like, this kid's a psychopath or like a future pedophile. Like, look at the
Dandy
fucking
as a child.
Oh God,
the
no.
look in the
What are you
kid's.
talking
That
about?
can't be happened.
Freak Show is like years before
It's
this.
like-
You're so wrong.
It's
Time
it's
travel.
the son of Dandy. Or the relative of Dandy. I don't know. But the look in the kid's eyes was the creepiest part of this episode for me. Was just that look the kid gave. And I'm like, okay, kid, what are you going to do? You going to take this, 4-year-old out back and murder him? What's that look mean?
Yeah, what was the kid's name? Lachlan?
Lachlan.
Yeah.
It's such a Sarah
I don't know.
McLachlan kind of name. I don't know, it's a really weird name. I've
Can
never
we talk
I've never
about
heard of it.
how awesome housekeeping is in this place?
That's
Housekeeping.
great. She can get any stain out.
Anything.
Anything. And I tried to do a little research to see who the actress was, and
Oh, I know who she is. She played. She was the sister in of
I think her name is Mado, or not Mado,
yeah,
Made.
but she played the sister in a freak show that killed her baby with her husband.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I see
Okay.
the hair turn. Like, I was thinking, it was gonna be Moira, because Moira always kind of plays that role,
Mhm.
and I love Moira too. She's a great actress. So I don't see her anywhere on the casting list right at this moment, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's in there again.
But yeah, I was like, oh, she's amazing. There's not even a spot. There's not even a wet spot there. She is awesome.
Yeah, she's great. And well, I mean, they did kind of say that Liz Taylor was also some sort of housekeeping. I'm not sure what they're. Okay, Liz Taylor is also like the bartender, the handy person,
everything.
and the mess cleaner upper. Like just the jack of all trades in the hotel. So. Yeah, Mare, there she is.
But yeah, I just love that, she came to that guy after he shot it. When people die, they lose their bowels. I could clean it all up.
So
I'm just like, wow, how nonchalant are you?
so I must ask, now that we've gotten this first episode, are you as excited about this hotel as you were going into it?
I was.
I was more excited for the concept of this, and then watching the episode, I kind of took a few steps back, and I was like, I don't know where they're gonna go with this. I don't know. I'm not quite up to where I was hyped up to be. So, and it's just because I'm uncertain of everything.
Yeah,
And
I didn't expect most of this. I
Right.
knew
watching
that.
it. I'm more interested in the stories behind how they got there. Some of
I knew going in that Lady Gaga was a vampire. I knew that the kids were going to be vampires. But
they're
that's
vampires in the
basically only thing
traditional
I knew.
sense, though. That's what's kind of cool.
That's the only thing I knew about this.
Yeah.
I went into this. I came out of the episode far more excited for this season than I went in.
And I thought he wasn't gonna care
And
for it.
you know what? I didn't. And she was telling me like, "Oh, I can't tell where the story's going. Whatever. You're probably not gonna like it." I don't care that I don't know, because I don't. I have no idea where the story's gonna go. I don't know how they're
Right.
gonna play this. Not a clue.
Right.
And I don't give a shit. This episode for me was one of the best episodes of Horror Story I've ever seen so far. For me,
That's just because you got a man boner.
I
for
did.
Dawson.
Over Bomer.
Oh my god, for
Vamp
Matt Bomer.
over
So-
Bomer.
I said he is a gorgeous man right now.
I
Like,
just, for me, I feel like I'm disappointed in it. And I always do this to myself for American Horror Story because I always get this. I psych up what I want it to be in my head so much that when it finally gets there, it's not. And like, I don't want the vampire stories. I just want like a creepy, haunted hotel. That's all I
Well,
wanted out of
it
this.
kind of is.
It's
It
not
kind of
really-
is a haunted
I
hotel.
don't think it's haunted. It's creepy as hell. Let me tell you that. But I don't think it's haunted. I think it's just, the Countess has just corrupted the walls of this place. I don't think there's gonna be there might be some ghostly stuff going on, but it's not like haunted like the murder house haunted.
Right, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. That's what I wanted them to get back to the basics, you know.
Well,
So
you know, I do like that interaction with the two of them after they dispatched of the two people they found in the park.
yeah.
It wasn't really dispatching. They said call housekeeping. That's dispatching.
Yeah, no, I love it. She's like, you didn't want to go out tonight.
it's not that I didn't. It's not the getting ready. It's the cleaning up.
Clean up.
Call housekeeping.
I know, right?
So, you guys have anything else for us?
I'm going to miss one person. I'm going to miss the hell out of her, and
And
that's
I'm-
Jessica.
I was gonna say that
And
too.
you know, people at Comic-Con, they're saying she's done, she's retired. But you also hear and read that the director, the producer, the creator of American Horror Story in general is saying we just need to find the right role for her to come back.
Mhm.
She'll come back at that point, and she's actually said that. So, you can still have hopes about Jessica coming back, everybody. Just, don't read into
That's-
everything you say. The internet lies.
Yeah, the internet is a gigantic bundle of lies.
Yep. All right, so I think that about does it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Gabriel, the victim of Fleshface. He's not dead, and he's going to reappear
Yeah.
within the series here and there. He's reoccurring. So we can expect more of him, and I have a feeling that he's going to be Sally's plaything.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that too.
Sally.
We can expect that.
Sally. I just like that. I mean, they are doing the vampire thing, but they're not. It's not the traditional biting fangs and biting and stuff like that. It's a little more violent.
Just you wait. There will be teeth,
Well, there will be, but
just
I'm
like the Lady Gaga song, "Teeth."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Cue music.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait till
Right.
next Halloween or this Halloween. They'll come out with those gloves.
Oh, those gloves already exist.
You can easily get those gloves with the jewelry and stuff. I actually saw about a year ago where to get crazy rings like that.
Yeah.
Jazz-
Although I'm just
Yes.
saying they'll come out with it with the little fake blade on the end of it.
Cue the music.
Mike, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Philodrin. Right there.
Excellent. Nikki, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Excellent. Rachel, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitters at Savannah17, on Twitch at Savannah.
Excellent. Find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Do-do-do-do-do.
You can also find us and others on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Until next week. See you later.
Ciao.
There's plenty of room at the Hotel California.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
We should
I
all
hope
book
they
our
have
next,
Steve.
our next stay in LA.
It's
Hotel Cortez.
it's such a lovely place.
Do we have steely knives?
Not happening.
I'd stay there. Come on.